Aloha! Mahalo for watching the Big Island Rail and Kawaihae Harbor Railroad, and it's time for a little update. Thanks for all your interest and subscribing to this new channel. So today what I want to do is give you a quick update on how the Kawaihae Harbor Barge Slip Area is coming along, and show you how quickly and easily it is to add some tropical clouds to the sky. And I'll show you how I did my water as well. So follow along with us. It's the HO scale Kawaihae Harbor Railroad.
All right, let's get started. Using just basic craft paints, including this Laguna basic blue and some light green. Those were the colors I used for my water. A little bit of tan. So I just squirted some amounts of paint into my leftover plastic food container palette and just started blending those colors using a real cheap brush, stippling them in, trying to keep them off the lava rocks as much as possible. The base of my water is just a basic light blue. Here you can see I'm kind of blending in that yellow-green color that I mentioned before, mixing it a little bit with the aqua and pushing that in there. As you can see here in a second, I'll show you, this is pretty much what the Kawaihae Harbor looks like in the shallower areas around the breakwater. As you can see in this picture, where the arrow points, there's a definite area there where it's more shallow, and the breakwater is the long, thin gray line that goes and protects the harbor from the waves. So we've got a real deep blue in the middle and the light greenish tan around the edges. So that's what I was trying to accomplish here. I just mixed the paint on the brush and then on the surface, letting the colors kind of blend themselves as I'm going. And I do it in a kind of a jerky, in a stippling fashion, just to give it the representation of water movement and gentle waves. So I just keep layering on the paint real good and wet. And then here I'm doing the same with the deep blue color. Just going in there and giving it a little bit of texture using the paint, and also giving it that light wave appearance. While the paint's still wet, coming in, the blue is a little bit intense, so I'm adding a little bit more of that aqua color to it to give it a little bit more depth and make it look a little more realistic. Of course, in the center, down that middle sort of stripe, there's going to be the barge, so that's going to be sitting in there, and I didn't want to do too much texturing in that area with the paint because I wanted to lay relatively flat. There's the barge apron that's still under construction, and that's kind of give you a little bit of an idea of the paint there. Of course, I was a little bit sloppy and got the watercolor on the lava rocks, so I mixed a little bit of black and burnt umber together, and then went through and touched up the lava rocks and tried to get rid of that blue paint. Once everything was dry, then I took a almost totally used up can of clear polyurethane acrylic and added some more of that blue color to it, the aqua, and did the same technique, stippling the clear varnish over the top of the water with a little bit of a tint in there, which will also help take down the intensity of the blue. Now it's time to add some clouds to the backdrop. Now I went over and repainted the backdrop in this area with the light blue acrylic, and then went back over while that was still wet and added a little bit of blue paint to that light blue and painted that in and towards the top to show that the deeper blue, like in a regular sky, is up above the horizon. To make the clouds, I'm just using a small artist brush with basic craft paint white and some black and a little bit of the blue that I used for the water. And I just tap the brush in here and there to kind of start to give the outline of some clouds. The smaller clouds to the horizon line kind of give a optical illusion of being way out over the ocean, and that's kind of the effect I wanted to do. Then I mixed some of the white with a little bit of the black to get a light gray color, and then started to fill in underneath the clouds to kind of give them that depth. Then after that, I went back over with nearly pure white to highlight the tops of the clouds, and there you go. Simple as that. That's how I do my clouds. Very easy, and this is all in real time, so it's not speeded up. You can see how fast this goes. And there's no rules or regulations. If you know what clouds look like, just kind of mimic those with the colors. Lights on the top, highlighting the tops of the clouds, and the grays underneath the shadow area, and it's as simple as that. And here's some shots showing the almost finished Kawaihae Harbor car ferry barge slip area on the shelf layout. You can see that that really helps define the area, kind of gives it a real depth on the backdrop, and I love the way the clouds are reflected in the water very realistically, so that was kind of a bonus there. So I hope you'll try this method for doing water and for doing backdrop clouds. It's pretty simple, and I think the results are really awesome.
All right, that's it for this time. Thanks so much, and mahalo and shaka for watching. Appreciate it. And if you'd like to get your very own Big Island Rail noggin helper, a little bit of baseball cap, you can go to our store and purchase one for yourself. The link is down in the description. Talk to you next time. Aloha!